This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Hey, T, why don't you stay around for this?
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
Since Sean's not here, you can...
You know what?
I'm nervous.
Pop a squat. Pop a squat in between us. Get in there. Get involved.
Settle in. Settle in.
There you go.
Not
How's it
you,
feel?
Harry,
How's
you
it
be
feel?
quiet.
How's it feel to be in Sean's chair?
Oh, it's quite nice, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, she just got pregnant.
Megan got pregnant after Sean licked an envelope.
Jeez.
So, send him something. Guys, I think we can all agree that there are some shocking bills at the moment. Power bills being one of them.
Yeah, I just got my power bill.
Did you?
Yeah.
How's it
Live at
going?
home? Don't you live at home?
No, not anymore.
Oh, have you moved out?
Yeah, I've moved out.
Big girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
life
Yeah,
milestone
doing the
there.
adulting, it sucks.
Really? Have you moved in with your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Have you? When did that happen?
Oh,
About a month ago.
kept that quiet.
Well, let's completely change direction with this. Really?
Yeah.
Is it going good?
Because you haven't been together that long.
Not really. So, yeah,
I
it's
know.
pretty
This is a bit of a big step. And does it feel right?
Yeah,
it feels
going,
correct.
It's going really well at the moment.
Yeah.
So, like, we still like each other.
You're dividing the household chores evenly.
Yes, it's an equal rights household. Yeah. So-
Bills.
Yes. I pay a little less rent, but
But she puts in the work.
that's it. I make up for it in other areas.
Yeah, she
Don't you
does.
worry.
Yeah, she does. Well, imagine if your bill suddenly went up $400, your power bill. That'd be a discussion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So in Sydney, this guy, his bill went up $400. And he was like, what the hell? So he lives in this apartment block. So he's gone out there and there is outside power plugs that each unit has. That's assigned to them.
So they're numbered. Presumably it's
Unit
labelled
one,
so that
unit
you know
two.
which one's yours.
Yeah, so he's gone out there because that's where all of his power stuff's out there. So he's gone out there to investigate and he's discovered that his neighbour has an extension cord in his power point running into their place, stealing his power for months.
That's so cheeky.
Isn't it insane? So he's asked the internet, what do I do? People were enraged.
Yes.
And they said, this is stealing. They would call the police. Someone else said, cut the cord. Someone else said, go and just confront them on the front door.
Yes.
Then there was this really lovely person who said, a lot of people are having hard times at the moment. So she says to leave a small fruit basket at their door, acknowledging they are obviously in financial hardship to resort to taking power without asking. Then explain, as we're all experiencing similar struggles, that you will put a lock onto your device to wish them well.
So
more forgiving than I
they
would
go
be.
away with a fruit basket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
But then again, they didn't pay you back your money.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
And
be giving
also,
them any fruit.
I know, don't you reckon?
If your bill's going up by $400
Yes.
for one thing that they've
Yes.
plugged in, what
What
are they
is it?
running
Yeah.
in there?
Let's say it together. Hydros!
or it's like they have a heater going non-stop.
24/7.
Yeah.
To warm their hydros. Straight
It's
away.
dodgy. It's
Have
dodgy.
you ever discovered that somebody has been leeching off of you
Yeah,
without knowing?
So this happened to me. So we have a weird setup at my house. So I'm in a semi-detached property. So
Yeah.
there's the other half of the house.
Yeah.
And then also we have a driveway that goes all the way down my side that goes to a house behind
Yes.
as well. So it's basically 3 properties
Yeah.
that all are strated essentially, but we don't have like a strata
Strata
manager
feed.
or anything.
None of
We don't do that.
Yeah.
So the guy in the semi-detached place, the other half of the house,
Yeah.
he was doing some building, so an extension out the back onto his place, and the builder on the first day there was some mild demolition they had to do, and he wasn't doing any dust suppression stuff, and so
Don't
my
have it next to me.
ex-boyfriend.
Suppress your dust, builders.
My ex, who wasn't my ex at the time, he offered that they could use the hose to spray it down.
And by the way, garden hose
Yeah, I know.
does not suppress
It had-
the dust, builders.
it had the spray nozzle on it. It did.
Oh,
it did a
okay,
little
sorry.
bit.
It's just turned it into a fire hose.
And so, but the tap that was attached to is on the driveway side of my fence.
Yeah.
But it's my water,
Yeah.
so I pay the bill on
Yeah.
that. But we put the tap there so that you could, because the other neighbour that lives at the back, she is a great gardener and she looks after the whole drive. We have a lovely driveway. Like, it's Instagrammable.
It is
Oh,
actually
really?
beautiful. People
the
take
aesthetic.
photos in there.
People do pop in to take
wow.
Instagram.
I've done a nude shoot there.
I need to... That doesn't surprise me.
That builder used that hose every day of the build.
Because you said it's okay once.
And every day he went around and just washed out, or he got the apprentices and the people beneath him.
Just helped
to,
himself.
helped to
On the
they
Sunday
washed
he was there
everything
washing his
down.
dog.
Everything down. Every day. My water bill went up from about $300 to
you say anything?
$600. No, I didn't say anything.
Why are we doing this?
I know.
If someone's stealing, you know what? If they're secretly stealing from you, it changes the rules,
Yes.
doesn't it? It's
I
a bit
know.
like,
And I don't know
seems
why they
awkward
thought
because they've been
it was
doing it for a
okay.
while. It feels awkward for you to say something.
Yeah.
You feel like you're
Yeah.
disturbing their patterns.
I know. It's like you don't want to be difficult.
Even though it's your water.
Isn't it
Yeah,
amazing?
it's all
It's my
water.
water. Double my water bill.
We want to find out 13 24 10. Have you discovered that somebody was secretly leeching off you or using your stuff? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe you're. I'm sure there's someone listening right now that when they go out for the day, they pop home sometimes and catch people in their pool.
Yes.
People with pools, you need to put cameras on them because people in the area will be swimming in it when you're not at home.
It's a bit of a hot topic around in this office about the car parking situation, and every now and then, if somebody's in your spot, a passive aggressive email gets sent.
more-
And there's
more aggressive than passive.
a guy that works from home a lot, and
Yes.
so people get a bit complacent, think I'll just use his car park, and then on the day he comes to work, they're like,
Yeah.
because it gets angry.
We are talking about
Hi, Drew.
people. Yeah, Drew. People secretly leeching off of you or using your stuff. We're going to give somebody tickets for them and 3 friends to Fremantle Beer Fest. Enjoy over 500 of WA's free finest beers, ciders and cocktails from November 15. Tickets at fremantle.beerfest.com.au.
All right, who's been leeching
Thanks
off you,
for
and what were
hanging
they
out with
taking?
us.
Thanks,
No
T. And
great.
well, we're looking forward to the housewarming. Thank you.
I know.
You're all getting back.
We're not coming to Mandurah though. It's 21
Yeah,
past
you have to
7.
bring your house to us.
Easy done.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We're talking about when you discover someone's been leeching off you, stealing your stuff.
Happened to this guy in
routinely.
Sydney. His power bill went up $400. He went outside to investigate. He has his own PowerPoint, as each apartment does, and someone had their extension cord in his PowerPoint using his power. When I lived over the road in Subiaco, the same thing was happening. I walked
there
out
was a
one day.
kettle,
Remember?
wasn't there?
So it started as a kettle. So I went down the hallway and there was just a kettle boiling in the hallway. And I'm going, what is that? And then it kept happening more and more. And then I realised the person in there mustn't have paid their power bill or something.
Yeah, okay.
And then there was an actual extension cord going through there, and the door was propped open a little bit, so I had to look through, and it was put to a power board, and they
Yes.
had many extension cords, so they were just getting their power from the hallway, which is paid by your strata
Yes,
fees
so that would
from all the owners.
Yes, because that's common area. Yeah.
God.
Jenny's in Mindarie. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, Jen.
All right, Jen. Talk to us. What have you got?
Well, I was actually the one doing the leeching.
Yeah.
So I changed my health fund from one, sector to another. And I actually was in at the store, so I didn't even do it dodge on the internet.
Yeah.
But I I did that, and then 18 months later I had some issue. I was looking at my bank statement. I thought, I haven't seen an insurance premium come out for a while. So then I rang the health fund, and they were like, so when they had done the transaction, they picked somebody who had my exact same name, and they were paying my health premium for 18 months.
Are
So,
you kidding
That's
me?
great. So you were still insured, which is even
So
better.
what happened? Did they make you pay that back retroactively?
No. So, they said to me, thanks for bringing this to our attention.
Oh, damn.
And so then presumably somebody else got a massive refund.
Yes.
You know what,
But
though?
I think if they discovered it, I'd have had to have paid it back.
This
Yeah.
is where
I
your
brought it
own
to their
vigilance has
attention.
bitten you in the ass.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you never had
Yeah.
said anything,
No.
then you never would have been paying your insurance.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Jenny,
Why does that
that's
ever happen
great.
to me?
I know.
Good on you for having a common name. Well done. Stephanie, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good
Great,
Steph.
Steph. Who's been leeching?
It's actually my partner. So he moved out when he was about 18 and lived in a strata next door to his mum. And instead of getting his own internet or anything, he stole her Wi-Fi. To the point he actually scaled the roof, broke a little bit out of the window to run a cord from her house into the back of his computer. And still to this day, if you look at the two houses, you can see where he's broken and cut the fly screen to not have to pay his own internet.
He has one of those
So
little
he
flimsy
hardwired
internet
it in.
cords
Yeah.
going
He
from-
hardwired it in, not just,
Not just
you
the
know, borrowing
Wi-Fi.
the Wi-Fi.
So what's his mum say about this?
I actually don't know. I don't know if she ever actually knew, but I've probably just outed it all over the radio. But that's
Well
okay.
done, Steph.
That
That's
is
so good.
so good.
That is so good.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, if you're living next door to your mum, you're allowed to, right?
Well, your parents, everything they've got, you're going to get.
Yeah,
You just have to wait for them to die.
And it's also, if they didn't want to do that, they should have raised you better.
Let's finish off with Reese from Allenbrook. Hey, Reese.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Reese. We are talking about the leeching off somebody. What happened?
So I used to work away, and one of my little brothers got a hold of my bank card and my Uber account.
Oh.
So he jumped onto my Uber, put it on his. I came home from working away and had all of these charges from Uber, and I thought someone had hacked my account and stolen money.
Yeah.
So then I'm on the phone to Uber saying, hey, someone's hacked my account. Uber said, we can't tell you where they were, but we can tell you the reference they've used. And my brother, the idiot, used his name as a reference.
Oh, this is the thing. You got to be smarter with crime if
That's
you want to
right.
get away with it. What was he ordering?
Just Uber drives everywhere.
Yeah, so
I'm not kidding you. In 4
Not
weeks,
food, he was-
No, but
$600.
like where? How far was he travelling? Like, was it just around the corner? Was it big trips?
No. So he'd be going from through to Baldivis to High Wycombe to the city. It was ridiculous.
What was the conversation like when you confronted him about it?
Well, I kind of played it dumb to begin with. I said, have you been using it? Like, it's that brotherly love kind of thing.
yeah.
And he's like, no. And I said, well, the reference that they gave me was your first name. And then he just went, yeah, okay. And I said, you got to pay it back.
You
He
got
goes, no,
me.
you work away. I'm not paying it.
Oh,
So I
how
got
much
was it again?
Because you're on
$600 bill.
FIFO money.
How much was it again?
Yeah. It was $600 all up for a month.
No Christmas present for him that year. Wow, what a leech.
Reese.
Good on you, Reese. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for calling. Reese, I'm going to give you those tickets for you and 3 mates to Fremantle Beer Fest, buddy.
Oh, sweet.
You're paying for the Uber, though, just so you know.
Don't worry, your brother will sort it.
Good on you, Reese.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Yeah, so what are we doing here?
We're gonna do.
What?
We want to talk to the younger generation.
Oh, this thing. So funny. Right. So, Harry, what are you? What generation are you?
You're a millennial, I think.
Millennial. Yeah.
How do you feel about the phone, as in a phone call?
Okay, so can I just say one thing?
Yes.
You know, everyone hates bills. I get my phone bill and I am so happy to pay it because I get so much value out of it, and I'm always on the phone.
You talk on the phone
Heaps.
to your friends.
Oh, I'll call anyone I can. And you know what's really annoying? All my siblings are in overseas at the moment, so I can't call any of them and annoy them.
Yeah, so sometimes I find it very annoying to text. You know what? Sometimes, and just the back and forth. It's
I know.
Spelling and thumbs, it's too much.
I'd rather text, and then often my friends are like, "I'll just call you," and I'm like, "No, well,
If it's too much to discuss, I'd rather just get it out in a phone call.
I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but-
but I it's amazing because you might have read reports over recent times that Gen Z aren't coping with the world of phone calls. It gives them anxiety. They don't know what's on the other end. And this girl named Maddie Shaw, 24 years old, she took to the TikToks because something full-on happened to her when she was trying to get a quote. Here she is.
So I was just quickly looking at car insurance policies because mine is due in a couple of weeks, and I just wanted to see if there was any better deals out there. Looked at one, it was much more expensive than my current one, which is fine, so I moved on, decided to look at another one, thought I'll check UE because it was at the top of the ad thing, and I see the ads on the TV all the time, so I was like, alright, I'll just do that. Going through, filling in the UE quote, that was all fine. Then I got to the end thinking it was going to give me the quote like the other one did. No, they call you with the quote. So now I have a voice message from this lady saying, I just wanted to ask you a couple more questions about that online quote that you started. And she texted me and she told me that she's going to call me back in 15 minutes. I don't do phone calls. That's why I was doing an online quote. So I just wish I never did that. So now I'm just going to pay my normal one and forget this ever happened.
She's been through some
I know.
deep-seated trauma.
I know.
Over receiving a
But
phone call.
I do prefer places that have where you can book online rather than have
Sometimes
to
you
bring
can't be
somebody up.
bothered.
Like, when I've got to book the dog into the vet, I like it's just easier ringing the doctor's surgery. No, I just want to book it online. I don't want to have a conversation with somebody.
Especially for us, we communicate for a living.
Yes.
So by the time people have gotten to work, we've spoken to 3 days worth of people. So sometimes we can't be bothered, but I do not fear a phone call. I don't answer phone numbers that I don't know.
No.
Do you?
Absolutely. I'm so curious. I do.
Oh.
Yeah. It
I'll redirect them all to you.
could be a business opportunity.
Really?
It's never a business opportunity.
No, it isn't. But you never. I'm just so
It's
like,
never.
who is it? Someone might want to talk to.
Yeah, they'll leave a message.
You know what I do not like? FaceTime. I don't need to see you when we're having a conversation.
I don't
Amy,
mind
do you
a
feel
bit
the
of. I
same
don't
way?
mind FaceTime.
No, big FaceTimer.
You're a big
Yeah.
FaceTimer.
Well, maybe because we have kids.
But
Yeah.
I'm fine FaceTiming with your kids because they're doing handstands and telling me they smell like poo.
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
FaceTime my parents, and it's the same.
Do you face?
No, I FaceTime my parents, and my dad points at. He's either got his thumb over the
Oh, it's
camera
so bad.
or it's pointing at the ceiling. I'm like, okay, it's lucky we did this over FaceTime.
So if anyone FaceTimes me, I just let it ring out and then I'll ring them back normally and go, no, you don't deserve to see me.
Look, this is a question we want to put to
yes.
the Gen Zs
Yes.
because we get it.
So Gen Zs, right? We know you don't like phone calls, but
So call us.
We would like you to call us and we'll give you something.
We know we're putting you way out of your
Yeah.
comfort zone
Yeah.
because you don't like
Yeah.
calling.
Yeah, I'm going to give somebody a $150 voucher to Hillary's Beach Club. Text your friends and tell them to meet you there. Your beachside destination for family, fun and relaxation all year round. HillarysBeachClub.com.au is where you get it. So, we'd love to speak to Gen Zers. If you,
On the telephone.
Yes, on the telephone. If you find telephone calls very awkward. If you have a Gen Z in your life and they will refuse to answer the phone as well, feel free. But we're really hunting for the Gen Zs.
And if it makes you feel more comfortable, we have a Gen Z answering the phone, so
She
she'll
does, yes.
put you at ease.
She's extremely young.
She's
Every phone
She
call.
reminds us of it often.
Every call she answers, she's riddled with anxiety.
We could also FaceTime them.
No,
If they really need it.
I'm
Oh,
busy.
no.
You have the right to see me, and believe me, there's no prize.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
We'll see if we can squeeze one Gen Zer in now. Oh, the phone's...
Oh, Harry, don't. It's riddled with anxiety right now. We are talking about how Gen Z do not like answering phone calls. They don't like phone calls
making them.
coming out of surprising areas. Riddles them with anxiety, so we thought, let's force some Gen Zs to talk to us on the phone.
Is it Esha?
It's Isha.
Hi, Isha.
Isha, are you a Gen
Hi.
Zer? How old are you?
I'm 23. I'm going to be 24 soon.
You're
Okay,
right in the
sweetheart.
zone.
Are you
Okay.
okay? Are we okay right now? How are you going? You dealing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I feel like I'm aging, but otherwise I'm doing good.
Now, we've made you call us, and apparently your generation hate to make a phone call. How are you dealing with that?
Honestly, as soon as you said that, the first thing I did was call you guys because I'm the opposite. I love a good phone call.
Oh, okay. Does it
I
feel like
like
you're doing
this.
something retro?
Retro.
I mean, I don't have one of those turn dial phones, but I guess so.
Okay, so how do you feel about? Are you a big FaceTimer over a caller? What are you number one in your communication with your friends?
So I think if I'm ready, if I look presentable, then I
Yes.
don't mind a FaceTime, but
Yeah.
don't call me first thing in the morning.
Sure.
But I actually love a phone call because I feel really special when my friends call me.
It is nice, isn't it? Especially when you can
Yeah.
kick back on the bed,
Yeah.
your toes pointed in the air, and just talk about boy bands and things.
Exactly.
Right.
And
Of
I
course.
feel like on text, the tone always gets messed up. So
Sure.
it's always best over a call.
Oh, you're
That's-
right. And you know
yeah.
what? Everyone's just waiting to cancel someone or
It's
have a
true.
go at someone these days.
Aisha, do you
Exactly.
voice memo at all?
I actually vlog with my friends. It sounds really weird,
Oh.
but like if we've got a story to tell, we'll send a video message.
Oh.
So kind of voice memoing,
Yes,
but with our face as well.
With your faces.
Can
with your
I
beautiful
talk to
faces.
you?
Yeah.
Can I talk to you in all of your Gen Z experience? What's
Yeah.
the usage of emojis nowadays in texts? Is that aligned with an old person going a little bit crazy on, like happy faces and fist pumps and peaches?
I mean, I always use emojis, even in my work emails. I'll always finish off with a smiley face.
Yeah.
But I think it depends on the emoji you're using.
Okay.
So there's certain emojis I would associate with a bit of the older gen.
What's the giveaway?
I think a thumbs up. I get that from my dad.
Yes. Okay, so what's the alternative to a thumbs up?
Just a sentence. Like, I'm telling my dad I
Just
got a
a
new job
sentence.
and you're sending me a thumbs up.
Yeah, well...
Oh, just
no,
you
he thinks
require a sentence.
So you want him just to write good?
Yeah.
I want him to hype me up a little bit.
Hey,
Maybe put a love heart.
Yeah. Can I ask another generation-related question? Where are you parting your hair at the moment?
Oh, down the middle.
Straight down the
Always.
middle? Yeah, always?
Yeah, straight down the
And what
middle.
about your socks? Where are your socks?
They
My socks are. I've got crew socks on at the moment.
Yeah. I've got 3/4. I've got what was it? 3/4 or 1/4 cut crew socks. So
Yeah. Okay, you're one of us, basically.
thank you. Well, it's just only a couple of years.
What about
older.
if you don't wear socks at all? Where do you feel about that?
No, that's.
Oh my God, that is the biggest red flag, especially when they wear like jeans that aren't right down to the ankles.
It's exactly what I'm wearing right now.
Would you, if a man was
Tisha, exactly what I'm wearing right
if
now.
that was on a man, would you straight away think he's a predator?
I think so. I'd be like, please don't talk to me.
Because you're a predator. You have
Lucky
been
I'm not a
very.
man.
This is good to learn. It's good to learn. Let's go to Holly in Wandy. Hi, Holly.
Hi, how are you?
Great, Holly.
As
so,
a Gen Zer, how are you going talking on the phone?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't talk a lot though, so all of my friends, even my husband, I text, but my mum is the person I call every single day, at least 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, she's asked you to stop, by the way.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I speak to my mum a few times. My mum and dad a few times a day, and then every night before I go to bed, I ring them and say I love them, and then I go to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, do you get anxiety at all if someone is to call you, you don't know the number and you don't know what's on the other side of that phone call?
Would you answer that?
No, I wouldn't. No, not at all.
Yeah. And how are your friends?
If it's important, they'll leave a voice message, and then I'll call them back.
Yeah.
How are your friends? Are they texters or talkers?
Oh, only texters. Group chats, lot, but only text, never call.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Because your generation are just so in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Like you're so like. Amy, our producer, her daughter was posing in front of the camera the other day. No one told her how, and she looked like something out of a girl band. The pose that she had, like so you
look like a Maya
You're
catalogue.
also
It was
camera
amazing.
ready, so it's amazing.
Thanks, Holly.
Thanks, Hol.
We're going to finish with Annika from Callaroo. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. You sound a bit anxious, Annika.
Anxious.
Oh, no, I'm okay.
Okay, all right. Are you all right talking on the phone?
Yes, I'm fine.
Do you do it regularly?
Yeah, I actually do it for work and at home.
What about are your friends pro conversation or would they rather a text?
Yeah, my best friend and I, we're absolutely hopeless at texting, so we call each other all the time.
Yeah. So what do you say to the Generation Z being told that, we've all been told that you guys are anxious with phone calls? Do you think it's actually some truth in that?
I wouldn't say with most of the people I know that there's a lot of people that prefer texting, but it's not necessarily because they're anxious about phone calls.
Yeah.
They just can't be bothered with them usually.
Sure.
Where do we stand now on saying something is lol, LOL? Is that an old person's?
I say it all the time, but it's usually quite sarcastic.
Yeah, okay. So you're using it sort of ironically, not...
Yeah.
What is something in the communication world an old person uses that they think that they are currently acting young, but they're not?
And it's a telltale sign.
Yeah, like the really basic emojis.
Yes.
I don't know. Me and my mates use emojis all the time, probably way over the top, but they, again, usually have zero context behind them.
Okay, so you just like a smattering of emojis and stuff like that, but we choose one and we have like a meaning with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
good to know.
Yeah, is the eggplant emoji still a thing in your world?
As a joke, yes.
There you go.
You don't take eggplant seriously, Natalie.
We've got to give a
Isha
prize
from
away.
Dutch taught us a lot.
She did teach us a lot. So what are we giving her?
$150 voucher to Hillary's Beach Club. Thank you,
Oh,
Isha. Thank
beautiful,
you very
Isha.
much, Gen Z.
Ring your friends and tell them.
I love how none of the ones that are too anxious to call.
No, of course they didn't. You know why?
They're too anxious
Correct.
to call.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.